Good day, everyone. I'm Ladylyn Jagto, together with Christopher Ladines, your presenter for today. We are going to discuss the Northern and Southern Ireland. Introduction. It is the island in the Northern Atlantic. Ireland is the second largest island of the British Isles, the third largest in Europe, and the 20th largest on Earth. Politically, Ireland is divided between the Republic of Ireland, officially named Ireland, which covers 5 to 6 of the island, and Northern Ireland, which is part of the United Kingdom. In 2011, the population of Ireland was about 6.6 million, ranking it the second most populous island in Europe, after Great Britain. Just under 4.8 million live in the Republic of Ireland and just over 1.8 million live in Northern Ireland. Southern Ireland comprised 26 of the 32 countries of Ireland, or about 5 to 6 of the area of the island, while the remaining 6 countries in the northeast of the island form Northern Ireland. The first topic is Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland is a part of United Kingdom in the northeast of Ireland. It is the smallest of the 4 parts of the UK and is often called Ulster because it includes 6 of the 9 countries of the ancient kingdom of Ulster. The term Ulster is sometimes used unofficially to refer to the Northern Ireland. The Ulster banner was used by the Parliament of Northern Ireland from 1953 until 1973, and it is still used by some media organizations to represent Northern Ireland. Overview of police system. Police agency, Police Service of Northern Ireland, PSNI. Department, Northern Ireland Policing Board. Chief Constable, highest, Constable, lowest. Type of law enforcement is centralized. Estimated strength, approx. 8,000 in 2024. And their motto is keeping people safe. History. The PSNI was formerly known as the Royal Ulster Constabulary, or RUC. The RUC was dominated by Protestant, which led to a lack of confidence in the force from the Catholic and nationalist community. The Police Act 2000 named the new police service as the police service to assist the force of performing in function and supplement the work of members of the Garda Shahana. Reserve members are carry out duties defined by the Garda Commissioner and sanctioned by the Minister of Justice and Equality. With reduced training of 128 hours, these duties and power must be executed under the supervision of regular members of the service. They are also limited with respect to those of regular members. The Garda Special Detective Unit, SDU, are primarily responsible for providing armed close protection to senior officials in Ireland and for other VIP security services. Organizations is the Northern Ireland Policing Board, the police authority for Northern Ireland, charged with supervising the activity of police service of Northern Ireland, or PSNI. The senior officer in charge of the PSNI is a chief constable. From national, it could further be divided into several districts. Each district is headed by a chief superintendent. Number 2, districts are divided into 2 areas, commanded by a chief inspector. And the last one is, these in turn are divided into sectors, commanded by inspectors. Recruitment. To be recruited to the police service of Northern Ireland, PSNI, you must meet the following criteria. First is age. Be at least 17 years old when applying, but no more than 57 when appointed. Nationality. Be eligible to work in the UK permanently. Education. Have at least 5 GCSEs or General Certificate of Secondary Education or equivalent at A, and that is G, not C. G grade. A is the highest and G is the lowest, including English language. Computer literacy. Be able to demonstrate the level of computer literacy required for the role. Firearms, weapon, equipment. Firearms. All PSNI officers are routinely armed with handguns and are trained to use them. They can carry their firearms on and off duty. The PSNI also has L-104 riot guns for crowd control. Other weapons and equipment. AEPs, baton rounds, personal baton, irritant spray, police dog, PED, handcuff, limb restraint, unarmed physical tactics, spit and bite guards, stun grenades, water cannon, pepper ball. Uniform. Look at the first picture. The police service of Northern Ireland PSNI uniform in bottle green with a new design that include sport style shirt and a new style of trouser. The second picture is yan yung suot nila pag may raids sila. And the third picture is, yan yung mga uniform ng higher rank. Rank insignia. First, the highest is Chief Constable. Second, Deputy Chief Constable. Third, Assistant Chief Constable. Fourth is Chief Superintendent. Fifth is Superintendent. Sixth is Chief Inspector. And 7 Inspector. 8 is Sergeant. And the last one is Constable. Best practices, a sense of hope and confident among people. Legitimacy surveys, for example, showed that 86% of more of the population believe that the local authorities are well skilled and doing everything they can. People felt like they had high degree of popular participation in crime control. Neighborhood watch group. Other details: cooperation with Garda Shahana. The pattern report recommended that should be established between the PSNI and the Programe Garda Shahana, the National Police Force of the Republic of Ireland. This recommendation was enacted in 2002 by an intergovernmental tone policy in cooperation, which set the basis for the enhancement of officer between the two agreement services. There are three levels of exchange. The first one is personal exchanges for all ranks without policing powers and for a term up to 1 year. Secondment, for ranks sergeant to chief superintendent with policing powers for up to 3 years. And the last one is literal entry with the permanent transfer of officer for rank above inspector and under assistant commissioner. The protocol for these movements of personnel were signed by both the chief constable of the PSNI and the commissioner of Garda Shakana on 21 February 2005.
Good day everyone, I am Christopher Ladines and I am presenting to you Southern Ireland. The Southern Ireland was a political entity established by the Government of Ireland Act of 1920. It was intended to provide home rule to Ireland but it was never fully realized. The entity consisted of 26 countries, which later became part of the Irish Free State in 1922. Southern Ireland's existence was marked by political struggles and the backdrop of the Irish War of Independence. The government was effectively dissolved when the Irish Free State was established, leading to the formation of the current Republic of Ireland. Next is the overview of their police system. Southern Ireland as a political entity did not have fully developed police force separate from existing agencies in the UK. However, the police Ireland at the time were primarily managed by police agency, which is the Garda Síochána Department, Ministry of Justice, Law and Equality. The ranks in the RIC, the highest is the Garda Commissioner and the lowest is called Garda. Types of law enforcement is centralized and estimated strength around 17,000 this 2024, and their motto is working with communities to protect and serve. The history. Prior to the creation of the Irish state, policing in Ireland had, in common with many European countries, been divided jurisdictionally into large towns. A variety of local civilian police fell under the authority of a single municipality. The Dublin Metropolitan Police or DMP, Belfast Borough Police, Londonderry Borough Police, while a centralized paramilitary gendarmerie operated in the large remainder of rural settlements. The Royal Irish Constabulary RIC. These were joined in 1919 by a new parallel security force loyal to the provisional government, the Irish Republican Police. These early years of the new state saw a gradual process of incorporating these various pre-existing forces into a single centralized, nationwide and civilian organization. The Civic Guard was formed by provisional government in February 1922 to take over the responsibility of policing and fledgling Irish Free State. It replaced the Royal Irish Constabulary and the Irish Republican Police of 1919 to 1922. The Garda Síochána Act of 1923, enacted after the creation of the Irish Free State on August 8, 1923, provided for the creation of a force of police to be called and known as the Garda Síochána. The organization. Number 1, Parliament of Southern Ireland, the bicameral legislature consisting of House of Commons, elected representatives, House of Lords, appointed members including bishops and landowners. Number 2 is Executive Council, headed by a president comprised of ministers responsible for various departments. Number 3 is local government. The country councils and urban district councils were established for local administration. Local authorities manage local services like education, health, and infrastructure. Law enforcement structure. The Royal Irish Constabulary, the primary police force organized regionally into districts and divisions. Judiciary. A system of courts was established including district courts. These are for minor offenses and civil cases. The High Court for serious offenses and appeals. Pag sinabi namang administrative divisions, the Southern Ireland comprised 26 countries, each with its local governance structure, councils, and administrative officers. This structure was largely overshadowed by the political climate of the time and was dissolved with the establishment of the Irish Free State in 1922. Next is recruitment. The criteria of eligibility. The candidates typically needed to be male, age 19 to 30, good physical conditions, and minimum height requirement were often enforced. Applicants had to be literate and demonstrate a basic understanding of English. And the background checks. Prospective recruits underwent character assessments including references from local community leaders or clergymen. The training recruits received training at the police academies, focusing on law enforcement techniques, public order management, and community relations. Diversity. The RIC was predominantly composed of Irishmen, but recruitment practices often favored those from loyalist backgrounds, contributing to tensions with the nationalist community. Their political climate. During the periods of unrest, recruitment became more challenging due to hostility towards the RIC, especially during the Irish War of Independence. With the establishment of the Irish Free State in 1922, recruitment practices shifted significantly. The Garda Síochána. The new police force aimed to be more representative of Irish society, promoting inclusivity and community engagement. The recruitment focused on candidates who demonstrate loyalty to the Irish state and its values. This evolution reflected broader societal changes and the need for a police force that aligned more closely with the newly independent Ireland. Next is firearms and weapons. Webley revolver, the Enfield rifle, batons and clubs, handcuffs, and restraints. Transportation. Officers often use bicycles or patrol cars, especially in urban areas for mobility. Communication equipment. Ito yung radyo. Early radio system and telephones were introduced later for communication between stations. And shotguns. The next one is their uniform. The uniform was typically dark blue or black. Trousers were usually matching the tunic color and designed for practicality. Next, this is the rank and insignia of Southern Ireland. from commissioner to reserve guarda. Reserve guarda is the lowest. Next, best practices. Community policing. Number 1 is building trust. Ang Garda Siocana emphasizes building positive relationships with communities. Officers are encouraged to actively engage with citizens to create trust and support, especially in rural areas where relationships are often stronger. The second is community outreach program. The Garday participate in community outreach activities like neighborhood watch schemes, youth initiatives, and cultural events, which helps them connect with residents and understand local issues. Human rights and respect for diversity. Diversity training to accommodate an increasingly multicultural population. The Garday provide training on diversity, anti-racism, and human rights to ensure fair and respectful treatment for all individuals. Focus on vulnerable groups. Specific attention is given to vulnerable groups, including the elderly, victims of domestic violence, and immigrants, with officers trained to approach these groups sensitively. The other details, ang Garda Istokana, literally, the guardian of the peace, is the police service of Republic of Ireland. The service is headed by the Garda Commissioner, who is appointed by the Irish government. Since the formation of the Garda Siocana in 1923, it has been a predominantly unarmed force, and more than 3/4 of the force do not routinely carry firearms. Most uniformed members of the Garda Siocana do not routinely carry firearms except for special units. Individual Garda have been issued ASP, extendable batons, and pepper spray as their standard issue weapons, while handcuffs are provided as restraints. In addition to its crime detection and prevention roles, road safety enforcement duties, and community policing remit, the police service has some diplomatic and witness protection responsibilities and border control function. An individual officer is called a garda, or informally a guard. A police station is called a garda station. Garda is also the name of the lowest rank with the force. Guard is the most common form of address used by members of the public speaking to a garda on duty. A female officer was once officially referred to as a bangharda, female guard. Reserve Guarday. The Garda Siocana Act of 2005 provided for the establishment of a Garda Reserve. And that's all. Thank you.